Have you ever stared at a billionaire's lifestyle and wondered, how on earth does the money never stop? Here's the secret. They're not clinging to one paycheck, and after today you won't want two either. Back in 2015, the US Internal Revenue Service quietly published a study with the irresistible title, "Over the Top: How Tax Returns Show That the Very Rich Are Different from You and Me." The researchers drilled into 6,053 estate tax returns filed for wealthy Americans who died between 1996 and 2002. What jumped off the page was the pattern of 7 separate cash flows feeding almost every sizable fortune. Since then, the 7-stream rule has become personal finance folklore because the data back it up. Let's unpack each stream in plain English, then spot the hidden thread that links them. 1. Investment payouts. When you own shares in profitable companies, they sometimes cut you in on the action by sending dividends straight to your brokerage account. 2. Earned wages. Yep, the 9 to 5 still matters, at least in the beginning. 3. Rental cash flow. Lease out a house, an apartment, or even a basement, and the rent checks show up like clockwork. 4. Royalty or licensing income. Sell the rights to use a patent, a photo, or even a catchy jingle, and you keep earning long after the work is done. 5. Capital gains. Flip a property, unload stock, or sell a collectible for more than you paid, and the difference goes in your pocket. 6. Business profits. Maybe you own a coffee shop, maybe it is shares in a private tech startup. Either way, you share in any surplus the business generates. 7. Interest. Savings accounts, treasury bills, corporate bonds. These pay you for the privilege of using your cash. Common thread? Except for number 2, the money doesn't require you to clock in every morning. Almost every other stream can keep flowing, whether you're regrinding at a laptop or lounging on a beach. Active versus passive money. Active income is the classic time for money exchange. Full-time job, freelance gig, even running a bakery that falls apart when you take a sick day. If you stop working, the cash stops too. Passive income, by contrast, drips in with minimal daily effort. The IRS defines it narrowly, mainly rent and profits from businesses where you materially participate. But most financial educators widen the lens to include dividends, royalties, and other paychecks that show up while you sleep. Think of it like 2 kinds of spigots. Active spigots open only while you're physically turning the handle. Passive spigots stay open once the plumbing is installed. 4 big reasons you need passive income. 1. Job security is an illusion. Layoffs, corporate mergers, AI automation, pick your poison. The International Labor Organization estimates 255 million full-time jobs vanished in 2020 alone. Even star employees can be blindsided by a budget cut or a new CEO. Multiple income streams act like airbags when the employment bus swerves. 2. Diversification equals stability. Financial planner Angela Moore calls income diversification a personal safety net. If one stream slows, say your freelance work dries up, others keep the lights on. 3. Freedom of time. When basic living costs are covered passively, you can redirect hours toward passions. Traveling, learning Spanish, coaching your kid's soccer team, or baking bread just because it smells amazing. Inversa, retirement on your terms. In high-inflation economies, a state pension may barely pay the grocery bill. A personal portfolio of rent checks and dividends means you decide when to clock out for good. Mindset shift from worker to builder. Here's the pivot. Instead of asking, how can I earn more from my job? Start asking, how can today's paycheck buy an asset that pays me forever? That one question rewires your brain from spender to investor. In the next episode, we'll break down practical, beginner-friendly ways to plant each of those 7 money trees, even if you are starting with a modest salary. How many income streams are you rocking right now, and which feels most secure? Drop your answer below. Let's learn from each other. If today's video lit a fire, hit like, share it with a friend who needs a wake-up call. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss part 2. See you there.